Hello fellow YouTubers, model railroaders, and rail fans. This is Tom Pilling. My full name is Thomas Lincoln Pilling, and I'll get to an interesting story about that in a bit. But before I do that, you all know how much I love trains. Well, there's something that I love even more than trains, and that's my family. And something has happened in the last few days that has made me and my family very, very, very sad. It's the shooting that occurred at the Walmart in El Paso, Texas. We used to live in El Paso a few years back. My youngest daughter, Nicole, was born there. I still remember my older daughter, Natalia, running through the aisles like a crazed maniac when she got to the toy section. She'd just run around there and just have a blast looking at all the toys and wishing she could have every one of them. I have a lot of good memories in El Paso. On the day of the shooting, my wife's family, my in-laws, were driving to El Paso from Mexico. They live in Mexico, and actually I do too. I'm an expat or an expatriate. Very much like Roy down in Panama with his Union Pacific N-scale subdivision, or Evanston subdivision. We both share that in common, that we both live outside the country. I live on the Pacific coast of Mexico now, just south of San Diego, California, USA. But for the most part, my work as a long-haul trucker takes me into the United States. Or that's where I work, is inside the United States. So I'm here most of the time. I'm actually here more than I'm home with my family. And that's sort of the sad truth about this job. It's very difficult, but I do it to support my family because I don't have many other options to support them right now. But as I said, on the day of the shooting, my in-laws were traveling up to El Paso to go shopping. And if they had arrived a day early, who knows, they could have been in that Walmart, and we could be going to funerals ourselves, me and my wife. And we count our blessings that they were running a day behind. But so many other families didn't have that fortune. They lost their families. And for what? For hatred? For a white supremacist that doesn't want Mexicans in the United States? You know, we have come to a point in our country where we need to make a decision. We need to call out when things are wrong. And this is very, very wrong. And we need to turn things around here in the United States. We need to take our country back. It's not a country for white supremacists. It's a country for all of us. You know, I couldn't be more American than most, and more patriotic than any other American. Okay? My great-great-great-grandfather was an officer in the Union Army during the Civil War. And he was very inspired by his leader, the President Abraham Lincoln. So much so that in 1863, my ancestor had a son, and he named his son in honor of the president. He named him Lincoln, his first name Lincoln. And that started a family tradition that continued every generation since. There's always been a Lincoln in my family for over 100 years or 150 years. It's a long ways back. My father's first name was Lincoln, and when I was born, the tradition changed somewhat. My father decided to give me the middle name Lincoln. Lincoln as a first name wasn't in vogue anymore, or very common. It sounded sort of strange. But I'm still proud to carry that tradition. And my own son, from my first marriage, also has this name, Reuben Lincoln Pilling. So we're very proud to carry this tradition. Lincoln fought against slavery. My father fought against the Nazis in World War II. He was a P-51 fighter pilot for the U.S. Army Air Corps. And we fought against all of this stuff. Our country has been warring on itself. We went through the Civil Rights Movement. You know, we had the Civil War and then the Civil Rights Movement to try to stop all of this white supremacy. White supremacy has got to stop. There's no place for it in America. We all need to call it out.
Well, I hope you liked this video today, and if you did, click on the like button and please subscribe. I look forward to bringing you more in-scale offerings in the future, sometimes from here in my truck and sometimes from home.